Hi, welcome to today's edition. As always, you know how excited I get with our guests that come on, but today is really special. Not only is our next guest someone that has the same vision and passion that I've had in our community, but has a great story to tell us. Mary Williams, welcome to the
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Aw, and I've had the excitement of getting to know you a little bit. And because we have the same vision and mission here at CARES, it's really an honor. And first off, publicly, thank you. Thank you for everything that you are not only doing on the CARES campus, the campus of hope, but now, there's this new exciting news that we're going to be sharing on the show, which don't tell us yet, Mary. We're going to first go through the story. I know you're excited. So, Mary, how did you come about aligning with CARES?
Well, before I tell you that, I
Oh,
want to say I'm excited to be that you're on the president of the board of CARES. So thank you for taking that on. That's no
oh,
small task.
heart.
Yeah.
Love this.
So thanks. So how did
Yes.
I find out about CARES? Well, St. Alexander's this was their property, and I was a member of St. Alexander's for many years. I was even the music director for 10 years, and
Music, as in like the choir in the
yep,
church
the
on the
choir played the
Sundays.
piano, played the organ. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, great gig. It was fun,
Love that.
and I worked with a lot with Father Jim on the campus, and they had a food pantry then. I don't know if
I
I'm
do.
sure you guys know. I think it was started in 1984 or
Great
83 or
story.
something. Anyway, when I walked into the building at Cares for the very first time, I burst out crying. I thought, oh my gosh, Father Jim would love that this campus is being used for what it's being used for now. Everything, even the ancillary services that CARES gives.
Mhm.
And it took me, I think, 3 or 4 more visits to walk in and not cry. It took me a while to get used to what a wonderful place this is.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
You bring that story up because I still remember the call I got, which was from our executive director, Todd.
Mhm.
And, many of you guys know my story of how Todd and I met. My son forgot his locker code at, the school, and I showed up with the biggest bolt cutters you possibly can imagine. And he goes, "We're going to be best friends forever." And I'm like, "We are."
Aw.
And so, he called me, and as we know, Todd's heart is just huge, and he's a magnet for people that are
Yes.
vulnerable. And so, when he called me and he said, "Hey, Annette, we have this food pantry that's closing down that's serving people in our community. We need to find a pro bono space," right? So that's when I heard that story of how long that pantry had been in place
Mhm.
serving
Mhm.
our community far before any time I was even a part of this community.
Yeah.
And to know that you were a part of that, because obviously it was part of your parish,
Yep.
and you guys were making sure there was always food on the shelves. So this is kind of like a full circle story for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you got through all the emotional
Yeah.
aspect of what we do here on the
Yeah.
campus, so how'd you decide?
Well, I had recently retired, and I thought I wanted to do some volunteering.
Mhm.
And of course, because of the history here, I thought, well, this is a natural fit. So I walked in. I found out that Kitty and I have we went to the same high school together. We're a couple years apart. And
Oh, fun. I
we have a
can't imagine
history.
if you were in the same grade. You two.
No, no, she's about 3 years younger.
No, but I'm saying if you were in the
We were in
same
trouble,
grade, like
right?
what would
Yeah.
happen? So it's probably healthy that you guys had a
Oh,
gap.
I've known that family for years.
Oh,
Anyway,
awesome.
um, yeah, so this just felt like home to me. So I said, find a place for me to work." So I started doing a checkout at the checkout. And I love the checkout. You know why I love the checkout?
Tell me.
Because you can meet the guests, you can talk to them,
Mm.
you find out why they're not feeling well that day. You find out why they're feeling great that day. Like 99% of them are so grateful to be here and for what cares can give them that it's a motivation to just keep on coming and doing it. I want the position where I can go and talk to them. I don't want to be stuck behind the cash register
Well, and
or the
Mary,
scanning register. There's no
it's
cash.
amazing that you're in that position because it really fulfills something that I call our competitive advantage. Not that we're competitive in this industry, because that's not what I mean,
Yeah.
but how do we sharpen the pencil to do something that we're doing a little bit better? And having volunteers like you in those positions where we're offering the clients that come into the food pantry the ability to have it with dignity, with
Right.
confidence, with that, advocacy instead of just giving, right? Because giving
Right.
is great,
Mhm.
but giving with all of the other features is
Right.
us sharpening that pencil.
And,
And that can only be done with people like you.
a good majority of our volunteers are exactly like that. They're gracious, they're giving, they're really interested in the guests and do it
Mhm.
from their heart.
And
It's amazing group of volunteers we
it,
have at Cares.
I
I
don't get
say
me
that every day.
crying.
I know.
I mean, I will say because you're right,
Yeah.
167 is what we're at,
Yeah.
and each one of them have a great unique story and
Yeah.
come from such a place of contribution, which has been
Yeah.
my mantra. And I always
Yeah.
say, people buy people before they ever buy a product or service, and
That's so
even
true.
in the food pantry business, it's just
Yeah.
people operate a lot differently when they're come into a culture or an environment that is so
It's a
inviting.
great
No,
culture.
right, no matter
Yeah.
what the service is,
Right.
right? So now how many days do you volunteer at Cares?
I It's just 1 day a week.
Okay.
Sometimes it's 2 days a week.
Sometimes a little bit more.
But you sometimes a little bit more, depends on what's going on. But there's a lot. I have some meetings on the side and, working on the fund development committee that is formed and working with some great people.
Nice.
Yeah,
So, you have some exciting news.
I do have some exciting news. Thank you for
So
bringing
share it
this
with
up.
us.
We are having an inaugural event May 7th at Farmington Hills Manor. It's a dinner and it's a program, and we're going to have approximately 250 to 300 guests. We're hoping we can get 600 guests because it has a capacity for it.
I'll
Um,
stand.
okay.
You sell 2 tickets there.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to have sponsorships
Mhm.
from a table sponsor at 1,500 to our premier sponsor at 25,000. So we're looking for sponsorships for that. We have individual tickets um, at $100 each. I don't know if I have to go into all that, but
No,
you can
please share
find
as
all
much.
the information about the event on the CARES website
Mhm,
under events.
mhm.
And
And the event's called?
thank you. I forgot to put that in
It's
there.
all good.
From Hunger to Hope. So we have CARES logo has a bridge.
Mhm.
That's part of their logo. And when we looked at that logo, we thought, wow, that is a fabulous um, optic to for our event. So we're going to go from hunger on one side of the bridge to hope on the other, and that's what CARES is all about, to give hope to the people that need it most.
It's so powerful you using the bridge and the logo
Yeah.
with this event and using it because yes, we do metric wise have people that are dependent on food pantries, but
Hmm.
we have this medium area, I call it the gray area, where certain life events happen that put them in that area
Right.
where they're, if it's a car repair, I mean, the government shut down. People weren't planning for that, right?
Right.
And so,
Right.
being that resource that we have in the area, and I always say the strawberry theory. When I go in to buy strawberries that I pay, $2 for that container, all of a sudden I go in there on a Wednesday to buy my groceries and it's 6.99. Instantly,
Right.
I think to myself, oh my gosh, there's going to be more families that are going to need cares
Right.
because food pricing is up.
Right.
So all of those little variables that play into it, it's because of this event that you're planning.
Hmm.
It's so powerful for me because, you're absolutely correct. The transitional of the bridge is transitional. It's not
Right.
all we're not promoting dependency. We're
No.
promoting the ability to support them where they're at in their life
Right.
and transition them to where they need to go. So they're
Right.
not choosing buy my prescriptions or
Right.
buy food.
This or this. We have single mothers with children,
Mhm.
as I mean, all of this, and we have seniors, a lot of senior women, um,
That their
and
spouses
of
have
that their
passed away?
spouses have passed away, and they're Their benefits are minor in
Mhm.
terms of the dollar amount, and they come in, this supplements their life, and they're able to get those prescriptions and do
Right.
those things that can keep them healthy.
So this event's coming up on what day?
Yes, May 7th,
May 7th.
2026.
2026.
Yep.
And just to remind you guys, my birthday's the 17th. So I celebrate the whole month. So if you were thinking about getting Annette Compo a birthday gift, this would be my gift. Please buy a ticket to go to this event.
That's great.
And what are we going to do at this event?
Well, we're going to eat, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate CARES, and we do have a keynote speaker. We're going to really celebrate each other and try to raise more funds for the much needed work that CARES does. They're just a wonderful organization. I'm so happy to be able to work with them and volunteer.
So check out on their website
Yep.
under the events tab, Hunger to Hope.
From Hunger to Hope,
From Hunger to Hope.
right?
On our website, buy your tickets. If you know of a business owner that's looking for an opportunity to really kind of, state a marketing platform, which is I want to be part of a solution in fighting suburban hunger, please share this event because Mary and her team are doing a fantastic job. I'm super excited about May 7th. And Mary, thank you for being on the
Thank
show.
you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
We'll see you at our next episode.